Hey, it's Beth here. Episode 374. Okay, I have spent the whole week thinking about this movie, Bros. And it's the first rom-com with real gay people playing real gay people. Usually gay people are played by straight people in Hollywood. Written by the first real gay guy who wrote the script. Judd Apatow gave money to it. He's a real big guy in Hollywood. And I went to see it on Tuesday and I didn't like it. I was like, oh my God, what's the matter with me? And it had nothing to do with the sex scenes because they kept their underwear on, which I want everyone to do, any sex you are. I don't think people, like you talk to actresses, they don't want to take their underwear off. I don't want them to either. So it wasn't that. I just couldn't figure out what was wrong. So I didn't want to do this review till I got David to come with me, my card-carrying gay person who is really level-headed and honest. And we just got back from the movie. And okay, it got 89 from Rotten Tomatoes and 90% from, the people. And that's what it's mostly getting. It cost $22 million. It's only made $5.9 million at the box office. And that was the first weekend. That's when all the money they spend on advertising and Judd and everybody going out trying to make this thing work. Okay, that was the big B.O.B. box office. This weekend going into it, word of mouth is even worse. So it wasn't just me, but I'm like, what is the matter with me? I didn't think I'd have a problem this way. So David goes, we go. He goes, nope, it's not that. And all of the, there's a lot of funny one-liners and all of that. What happened is, this is where the patient takes a turn for the worst. The relationship between the two isn't fair. The Billy Eichner character, he doesn't treat Luke right. So in the beginning, they get together, blah, blah, blah. Finally, Luke wants him to meet his family. Okay? So Luke meets his family. Luke has Billy meet the family. He's like, Billy, please, just, slow with them. They're from upstate New York. He's like, fine. And Billy won't stop pushing his agenda on this poor little family. The problem is Luke begs him to stop, and Billy doesn't listen, and he creates a scene, and he doesn't apologize. He doesn't learn. He doesn't grow. Then there's this other thing where he's trying to get money for the LGBTQ museum, and he can't get anybody to give him money. So Luke, who had been a probate lawyer, knows how to listen. And so he goes with him in Provincetown to visit with this man who might give money. Okay, so Billy starts talking, blah, 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 and the guy gets up to leave. Luke talks, but he says to Billy, ask him what he wants and listen. And so Billy listens. Luke is the good one, and he gets $5 million from this guy. And this is where this is where the first time I saw the movie, I just came out of it. Because right after that, Billy goes off to be on a float in the Pride Parade, and he doesn't take Luke with him. There's no reason not to. He's alone on this float. Billy just got him $5 million, something he had not gotten, something he needed very desperately. And instead of thanking him, and Luke hates his job. And Billy could say, come and work with me. You're exactly what I'm not. You're the part I'm missing. You listen. No, he gives him nothing. He doesn't even acknowledge it. He goes away. He's like, oh, we're kissing now? Big deal. He doesn't give him any credit. Now, the worst thing, and this killed me when I saw it the first time, and I didn't know until David saw it, how much it bothered me. So Luke finally admits to Billy his childhood dream. He didn't want to be a lawyer who helps people make their last will and testament. He wanted to create chocolates. It sounds silly, and when he says it, it's very endearing because he's almost teary-eyed. He knows it's silly, but it's his dream. So what he does is he quits his job and he starts making chocolates. And they've broken up by now because of the big brouhaha with the family over Christmas. But he Luke sends him this lovely note saying, I've quit my job, I'm making chocolates, and some chocolates will be designed for your organization, and I'll give you all the money. How sweet is that? Billy never asked him to see the chocolates. When there's this big end of movie amazing scene where there's this big thing where Billy's getting more accolades because he always does because he's the star and he wrote the script, there's no chocolate table with Luke's chocolates on them. We never see one of his chocolates because it's not Billy's dream. It's Luke's dream. I mean, Luke gets treated like dirt in this whole movie. I'm like, oh my God, how is this better? How is this amazing? It's not a love story. It's almost abusive. So, there we are at the movie, and David said this thing. He said it could have been shaped up if at the end of the movie, because we see them 3 months later, Billy is helping Luke with the chocolates. Just something for Luke. He doesn't get a crumb. He doesn't get a bone. He gets nothing. This is the worst romantic comedy I've ever seen. It's so one-sided. So it's got nothing to do with political correctness or not liking gay people having love affairs or gay people actually playing gay people. This Billy Eichner is selfish. He is not ready for a relationship. He treats Luke like dirt, and Luke keeps coming back. He doesn't get one moment. There isn't one moment where what he wants is important. And that is the problem when the star writes the script, because he writes a star vehicle, meaning every word, everything that happens in this movie, it's him steering the boat every single second. And he doesn't even stop to listen or pay attention to anybody. So that's why it's not making money. That's why it's never going to be a hit. There'll be a moment in it where you're going to go, oh my God, could he just say thank you? Could he just be nice? And it's not there. So that's what happened. That's why it's bombing. It has nothing to do with people not being woke. It is a rotten script with one guy who is so self-centered and so narcissistic that you just want to slap him at the end of the movie. And actually, his funniness was grating towards the end because he was never sweet. He was never kind. And he won everything. Billy won. The mother became like his best friend for no reason. If I were sitting there with my son and I heard my son asking Billy to stop, to just give it a rest 2 or 3 times, and Billy didn't listen, I would think my son was with the wrong person. But not in this script. Luke's mom is like, oh, Billy, you were so right about everything you said. Billy, you're the hero. Billy, you're Billy, Billy. It's like Billy doesn't move. He doesn't change. He doesn't grow up. He doesn't know how to have a relationship. And that character that we meet in the beginning of the movie who doesn't know how to have a relationship is real, fully blown, absolutely perfect. But he doesn't change a thing about himself. And he gets this guy, and it is not going to last. They have this 3-month agreement. He's going to be burnt out. Luke is going to be burnt out in 3 months. Nobody can live with someone who doesn't ever listen, who doesn't ever give. So that's what happened to this movie. I'm so glad that David came, because I was thinking, what is the matter with me? I'm just not nice. But that could be true, but not in this particular case. It's a one-sided romance. The worst kind. Not charming, not anything. So and it's not the country western song at the end, which is grating and awful, but it's only because you can't stand this guy anymore. That's why. Maybe if he'd helped with the chocolates or listened to Luke anytime, had him on the pride float, just said thank you, maybe you could take it. But it's just all eyes on Billy, clap, clap, clap. Who needs it? So I'm going to look terrible, but I'm not going to lie to myself, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not giving it. These blue hairs were not happy because it was abusive. Luke was treated like dirt. And so, sorry, Billy, not going to give you anything. And it's got nothing to do with anything other than that you're a narcissist. Very, very selfish. So there it is. And it took me all week. I've been upset about this all week long. What is the matter with me? Well, no, not me. There's something wrong with Billy. Billy Eichner needs to go into therapy and learn how to share. So I will be back, and I'm going to lay off the movies for a little while. Got to stay sane. Thanks. Bye-bye.